The all-new Jollibee app. Mas madali nang mag-order ng Jollibee favorites mo. Download now!
Making your stream look good and stand out to others is not really that hard. I'm going to show you step by step exactly how to do that, from where to actually get these overlay packages and how to actually install them in OBS. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Now, there are a ton of different places that might just have pre-made assets. Reason why you want to use pre-made stuff when it would be really on a package, nerd or die, it'll be down in very long overlay. So I'm actually going to show you a free pack. You can see Impulse Store. We'll want to stream here for your pretty awesome. So if you guys want, go ahead and download
the all-new Jollibee app. Mas madali nang mag-order ng Jollibee favorites mo. Download now!
Soon. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our gameplay scene, and we're going to start setting this one up first. You'll see why afterwards. So what we'll want to do is we'll want to add a webcam. So let's go ahead down to video capture device. We'll hit Elgato face cam. And perfect. There we go. We have our Elgato face cam added. I'm actually still really surprised by how good this actually looks. So now we have the Elgato face cam. So let's go ahead and add our border to this. So go down to where it says sources, hit the plus button again. Now this is where it gets tricky. If you found a static overlay, which by the way, a static overlay does use less resources. So if you're doing a single PC stream, or if your computer is a bit older, I recommend doing static, because it's not going to take up as much resources as an animated package would. If you're doing a static overlay, you're going to want to go ahead and add image. And that's going to be what it is that they're all just basically images, because they're not moving and they're not movies or anything like that. Now, if you have an animated overlay, like the one we just downloaded, the luxury one, you want to go ahead and do a media source, as that's exactly what that is. So we're going to add media source and do webcam overlay, and then we're going to click OK, browse. Now, one thing I didn't actually mention to you guys, make sure you know where this is actually at. So personally, as a recommendation, I have a whole folder that says assets. So usually I have like a stream folder in here that has all the stream assets. I have transitions in here, text, music, clients that I'm working with, all the assets that they use. It's really, really helpful to have this organized. That way you can go ahead and know exactly where it's at in case there's any issues with it. You need to re-add it or anything of that nature. Or if you remove OBS and reinstall OBS, it's very, very helpful knowing exactly where it's at. So let's go ahead and drill down into where we put it. I just put this one in the actual project folder, since this is what I'm working on. Overlay bundles, luxury, perfect. So now we're going to go to overlays, animated, and there we are. So now we have our webcam overlay right here. We'll click OK. Now, if you guys are doing an animated overlay, you want to make sure that you do a loop. And I'm going to show you guys why. Because technically, this is a video file that plays for so many seconds. If you don't choose it to loop, it will basically just play for the first time and then it will disappear. So make sure you guys hit loop if you're doing an animated package. If you're doing a regular package or a static looking image, you won't have to worry about this. I'll go back through and I'll show you how to do the static one as well. But just in case you want to add animated, since they're so cheap nowadays and very easily accessible, we're doing it this way. And click OK. And there we are. And now we have the two things. Now we just got to basically line it up and make sure everything looks good on our webcam. So we'll go ahead and do that. We can just use our arrow keys to make sure it's lined up perfectly. And there we go. Now we have our animated webcam overlay already. And then also what's really cool from here is, if you guys want, you can actually select this, hit shift and select this other one. When you right click it, you can then also group these together. We can just call this
KiloCode is a powerful, open-source AI coding assistant that supercharges your development workflow right inside VS Code. But unlike other AI tools that just autocomplete what you're writing or create lines and lines of AI slop, KiloCode is a full development partner that can handle complex tasks across your entire codebase. At its core, KiloCode uses specialized modes to adapt to different development tasks. Code mode helps you implement features and fix bugs. Architect mode plans your system before writing a single line of code. Ask mode explains complex code bases without modifying anything. And debug mode systematically troubleshoots problems. Need to handle complex projects? Orchestrator mode breaks them down into manageable subtasks, each handled by a specialized mode. It's like having your own dev team, an architect for planning, a coder for implementation, and a debugger for when things inevitably break, all inside your IDE. The best part? KiloCode gives you direct access to cutting-edge AI models from OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, and others, at the provider's cost with no additional markup. Choose from Claude, GPT, or Gemini based on your specific needs and budget. You pay for the AI, not for Kilo. Using Kilo code is as simple as typing. Just open the panel and describe what you want in plain English. You can reference specific files with context mentions, you can reference external URLs for documentation, or even your Git history, all by using the @ symbol, helping Kilo understand your codebase for more relevant assistance. Kilo code proposes actions through tools, specialized helpers that help read files, make edits, run commands, and search your codebase. You approve each action, keeping you in control while also automating repetitive tasks.
What the flame grilled?
Burger King Whopper.
Webcam. So now what's really cool is we can lock, so we can now move this as a group. So that way if we resize it, it's going to resize the whole thing, and it's not going to change the size of the webcam. It's not going to change the size.
Ipakita mo kung paano lumaro dito sa Flame of War. Ready na ba kayo? Kayain mo na mga tropa dito maglaro. Di ka na maboboring kasi nga binalas ito. Kakaiba na laro, kakaibang rad na to. Kung ako sa'yo tuwagin mo ng mga tropa mo. Tapos paunahan tayo na magpalakasan. Kita-kit sa hirong doon na tayo magbabakan. Kaya ihanda mo ang sarili sa laro na to. Alam na de kalidad din naman ang totoo. Active mga admin, matik yan mga tropa mo. Dito sa Flame of War, hindi lang to nalaro. Real time ang galawan parang boss fight. Pag nag-stop for DOD, buhay mo maging red line. Kahit magtawag ka pa ng tropa o si all night. Pasok lang mga target, no miss, naka-holosight. Tara na lumaro, dito sa Flame of Wars. Pati W's, Kowas, tsaka Party Wars. Tara lumaro, dito sa Flame of Wars. Ipakita mo, galawang superstar. Ipakita mo kung paano lumaro dito sa Flame of War. Ready na ba kayo? Kayain mo na mga tropa dito maglaro. Di ka na maboboring kasi nga binalas ito. Kakaiba na laro, kakaibang rad na to. Kung ako sa'yo tuwagin mo ng mga tropa mo. Tapos paunahan tayo na magpalakasan. Kita-kit sa hirong doon na tayo magbabakan. Kaya ihanda mo ang sarili sa laro na to. Alam na de kalidad din naman ang totoo. Active mga admin, matik yan mga tropa mo. Dito sa Flame of War, hindi lang to nalaro. Real time ang galawan parang boss fight. Pag nag-stop for DOD, buhay mo maging red line. Kahit magtawag ka pa ng tropa o si all night. Pasok lang mga target, no miss, naka-holosight. Tara na lumaro, dito sa Flame of Wars. Pati W's, Kowas, tsaka Party Wars. Tara lumaro, dito ipakita mo kung paano lumaro dito sa Flame of War. Ready na ba kayo? Kayain mo na mga tropa dito maglaro. Di ka na maboboring kasi nga binalas ito. Kakaiba na laro, kakaibang oras na to. Kung ako sa'yo, tuwagin mo ng mga tropa mo. Tapos paunahan tayo na magpalabasan. Kita-kit sa hiram, doon na tayo magbabakan. Kaya